Hey love, so today we're going to create this look. I use the MannyMua Makeup Geek Palette. I'm completely in love with it. I am pretty sure that I have worn it every single day since I've gotten it, especially Mars. I try to use a few other brand new makeup products in this video as well, so if you guys want to see how I got from the left to the right, just keep watching. Alright love, so let's get started. I was having the worst hair day, that's why there is the hat. So we're going to start priming our faces. This is the Makeup Forever smoothing primer, and I'm just going to put it around my nose, just the areas that I have trouble with my foundation staying on. Today I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in shade 10 Light Ivory, I believe. And I like to mix it with the Hangover RX from Too Faced. I've been mixing this in with all of my foundations lately. I feel like it just lays on my skin much better, and I don't like super full coverage, so it works well. I'm using this weird little brush that I found on Amazon. It's supposed to be one of the dupes of the Artiste brushes. As you can see, it literally just like pushes the product around, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. I did have to go in with another brush afterwards. I did not like how it was looking. I didn't have the patience. Maybe because it's so tiny and they are really flimsy, as you could see there. So I just went in with my Morphe G6 and smoothed all of that out. Now I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Fair Neutral. Just going to conceal underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, underneath my nose, on the sides of my mouth, on my forehead, on my eyelids, all the places. I'm just going to tap that out and blend that in. I like to use my fingertip first, and then I was so excited because my favorite tapered kabuki was clean and I could blend out my concealer with that. So I'm just going to tap that out and blend it in. And I'm going to set my under eyes using the Physicians Formula Mineral Correcting Powder in Translucent. I'm just using a paddle brush for that. I did order a new one, so there is a new one. Just want to use this guy up before I break into that one. Now I'm just doing my brows. I'm using the Freedom Brow Powder in Taupe. Now I'm going to prime my lids. This is just the BH Cosmetics Smooth Canvas Primer in Malt. I'm just going to put that all over my lids, and then I'm going to set it with this powder out of the Ultra Contour Kit from Makeup Revolution, which I also just ordered a new one of. So excited, but I'm going to use as much of this up as I can before I break into that one. Alright, we're going to go into the MannyMua Makeup Geek Palette. I love this so much, and I love Manny, so I'm so excited to have it. This is the Beaches and Cream shade. I'm just using a Sigma E40 and blending that all over my crease. Nowhere specific, just kind of all around. It's going to be my transition shade. Now I'm going to go in with Artemis, and I'm going to apply it to the brow bone really lightly. I did go back later and put a little bit of face powder over it just to mute it out a little bit so it wasn't so shimmery, and then I just used my blending brush to blend that again. And I'm just taking Beaches and Cream once more to my lower lash line, just using a little shadow brush from Coastal Scents, I believe, and just blending that back and forth, back and forth. Now we're going to go in with Sora, and I'm going to apply that directly into my crease and bring it a little bit above, not as high as I brought Beaches and Cream. I'm also concentrating most of that color on the outer corner of the eye and then blending inward. I do this with pretty much every shade that I will be using. I'm just slowly building that color. This is a Morphe brush, by the way. I can't remember the number. I'll try and leave it down below. Now we are going in with the amazing Mars, and this little brush is from Coastal Scents, I believe, too. Just a little tapered blending brush, and I'm just bringing that on the outer corner and directly into the crease, very slightly above, but I want it to, of course, like I usually do, I want it to fade from Mars into Sora into Beaches and Cream. I went back in with a little tiny blending brush just to make sure I was getting that directly into the crease. I am going to apply a lid shade, so whatever blended down onto my actual lid, because I have tiny lids, is going to be covered up, so don't worry about that if you do too. So we're going back into Sora and blending that on my lower lash line. Now I'm taking a flat definer brush with Mars and tucking that right in along my lash line and blending back and forth and back and forth. First I lay it down with this brush, and then I go back in with that regular shadow brush and blend it out. And I'm just connecting my lower lash line to my upper lid, my upper corner, as you can see there, and just kind of creating that line. Now I'm going to take Aphrodite. Mine broke in shipment, so I tried to repress it. And I'm just taking a little bit of that and just focusing it on that outer corner, just deepening the Mars shade. I don't want it to really look brown, I just want it to look deeper in that outer corner. So just slowly adding a little bit at a time, not too much, because again, I don't want it to look too brown. And now we're going to take Luna and some of this priming water from Freedom. I'm going to spritz my brush and just apply that wet and foil it. And my camera decided to stop recording right here. but we're going to go back into Artemis. I'm going to apply that right on top. I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm focusing that on the inner corner and then kind of spreading it out. So you still see the true Luna shade, but I want the inner half of the lid to be a little brighter. And then I'm just going back in with that tiny blending brush and blending the edges. I'm going to do some winged liner. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I really am loving this. I do feel like it makes a difference, especially in photos of my makeup looks. I don't know, it just goes over every single eyeshadow or glitter just so perfectly. So I'm loving this liner. Right now I'm just applying some mascara. This is just a MAC Geek Black Lash to my upper and lower lashes. We're going to use the Social Eyes Siren Lashes. I am obsessed. I am obsessed with this brand right now and I cannot stop buying all of the lashes. So good. The band is a little bit thicker, so it did take a minute to put them on, but honestly, for how thick the band is, these are like the easiest ones that I've ever put on with that thick of a band, if that makes sense. As were the Minx 2.0 ones that I used in my last tutorial. Now I'm just going to tightline. I'm just using the Makeup Revolution Line and Flick. This will help make it look, not natural, but it'll look a little more seamless if you tightline. I'm just going to take Artemis and apply that to my inner corners. I wanted a really bright inner corner per usual, so I did go into the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Kit as well, and just tapped a little bit of that right on top. Now I'm just going to use the Makeup Revolution Face Sculpt Duo, and I first started out with a Freedom brush, and it created a really intense contour, which is what a flat contour brush is for. So I started with that, and then I did go back in later with the Real Techniques contour brush. So I'm just applying that to my cheekbones, my jawline, the bridge of my nose, all those places that I normally contour. I like this guy a lot, I really do. I heard people had trouble blending it, but I honestly didn't. I mean, if you go in with any contour shade and a flat contour brush, you usually have to go back in with something else and blend it. So now I'm going to use some Makeup Geek blushes in Romance and Bliss and blend those together and then buff that onto my cheeks. I haven't used blush in a long time. I don't know what's been going on, but I love the combination of these two. Now I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Pro Illuminate, which I also love. At first I was worried it was going to be too gold, and it is a little bit gold. I can still totally get away with it, but again, I like a bright highlight. Are you shocked? So I go back in with, I'm obsessed. I'm sorry if you're sick of seeing this, but hey, you can now get this contour kit at Ulta, so that's exciting. You don't have to even order from the UK site. They now have the Ultra Contour Kit. I'm going to use the shade Brink to line my lips, and as always, I can never get a good shot of me putting my lipstick on. And then I used frickin' Frack, one of the Ultra Satins from Colourpop. I am still completely obsessed with these, the Ultra Satins. I am 110%. They are so good. Alright loves, that is the completed look. I hope you guys liked it. There were a lot of requests in my last video where I wore this look to do a tutorial, and luckily I did film it for you. Let me know down below what kind of look you guys want to see next, and as always, if you ever recreate any of my looks, please tag me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or send me a snap. Those links are always down below and somewhere in this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it if you could, because it does help me out so much. That's everything loves. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!